Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. And today we're back with episode 28 of the Detroit Pistons Association. You can see today we're in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Philadelphia 76ers. Beginning to simulate a bit. It's 1-1 now. It's 2-1. Pistons with the lead. The Sixers are going to tie it up, but now we are going to take the 3-2 lead. So we're going to enter Game 6 with a 3-2 lead, this being the first elimination game of the series. And really, the Sixers are up against the wall here, backs against the wall, on their heels, whatever you want to say. And we have an opportunity to knock them off. If we can take this, we can get a little bit of extra rest before going into the NBA Finals. If not, we're going to have to win a critical Game 7 at home, although, so that will be a little bit easier for us. But still, you never want to put yourself in a Game 7 situation where really, you know, if Dwight Howard or Brandon Knight has an off night, then your team really could be screwed. So definitely want to get it done with now. Hopefully put the Sixers team to bed. This is a battle of really the key matchup being Dwight Howard and Andrew Bynum going up against each other, which is pretty interesting because they were basically traded for each other. You know, Howard going to the Lakers and Bynum not going back to the Magic, but going to the Sixers. So anyway, you can see the tip here. Dwight Howard's going to win the tip, and we're going to get straight into this. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about maybe my offseason plans for this team. You know, like when I asked it in a MyCAREER video before, in terms of, do you guys like watching me do play-by-play? And a lot of people said it's much more interesting when you talk about other topics or stuff like that. So I do have one to talk about for this Pistons Association gameplay before I'll kind of try to get into the gameplay by the start of the fourth quarter, so because that's when it really starts to get interesting. But anyway, so actually I have one thing to say before that too. I really wanted to take advantage of the Greg Monroe and Thaddeus Young matchup, because Thaddeus Young's a 6'8" guy who really hasn't been a small forward before. I mean, has not really been a power forward before in his career until this year. He's really been a small forward before backing up Iguodala for a while, before Iguodala was traded. And now he's kind of been thrown into a power forward position. He has bulked up in the offseason, but I really thought I could take advantage of the Greg Monroe matchup on him. Turns out he was very crafty in the post. He would oftentimes make nice moves, try to get steals, do a little pull-the-chair act, and Monroe really struggled against him, so you're not going to see a huge game from Greg Monroe. But anyway, what I really want to talk about is my offseason plans for this team. Now, a lot of you guys know that I do have kind of really an I don't really know how to word it, but we have 8 guys who could start for us at this point. You know, we have our starting 5 with Knight, Shumpert, then Batum, Monroe, and Howard, and then our bench consists of Muhammad, Barnes, and Cody Zeller. Now, you know, it's good. I like having those guys. I like having 3 guys off the bench who are really starting caliber players. But I think what I want to do is I want to spread out the bench a little bit more. Now, Shabazz Muhammad, I've had a lot of fun with him. He's definitely sticking around, especially because there is a chance that we might not be able to re-sign Iman Shumpert in the coming year. And if we can develop Muhammad's perimeter defense, I would not mind not re-signing Iman Shumpert, because if, you know, I can make Shabazz Muhammad into a lockdown defender, I don't have a need for Iman Shumpert. So anyway, that leaves Harrison Barnes and Cody Zeller. Now, both those guys are not too happy about the minutes they get. They also really don't get a lot of touches on offense. Barnes sometimes goes off for like 14 to 15 points, but a lot of the time I think he's only averaging like 7 or 8 points a game. Cody Zeller, same thing, just not getting very many touches. He's not the priority on the second unit. So I think what I want to do with those guys is look for trades with them in the offseason. Try to spread out the bench a little bit more. Maybe try to get 2 solid players for each of those guys. Maybe just, you know, 1 and a pick in some case, because I do like certain guys on my bench. I'm not really the biggest fan of Isaiah Cannon. Like I've said before, I'm probably going to look for another backup point guard in the future. And then obviously I would need a small forward and a center to replace both the production from Cody Zeller and Shabazz Muhammad. And then I'm a big fan of Jonas Jerebko too. He's very fun to play with off the bench. Great shooter. Very good stretches the defense out, and that gives Shabazz Muhammad a lot of opportunities to do things on offense, make plays and stuff. So we'll probably look to do something like that in the offseason. I don't want to talk about that too much because, you know, we're still in the playoffs, but you know, when you consider the fact that this is Game 6, and the fact of the matter being that if we do lose the next 2 games, then the series is going to be over, the season is going to be over, and, you know, when you think about that, we do have to kind of start planning about the offseason, thinking about it. You know, it is quickly approaching us, and it's definitely just good to be kind of aware of what we are going to do. Also, I do want to say, before I kind of get into the play-by-play, that, because I didn't mention this in the beginning of the commentary for some reason, because I'm stupid, but anyway, I am posting an extra video of this because I've just been having a lot of fun playing the series. This is by far my favorite series to play and edit and just record and, you know, mess with and all that good stuff. I love doing this. I'm so glad I started an association NBA 2K13. It's definitely been probably my favorite series to play out of anything I've ever done on YouTube, and certainly looking to continue it for the long haul. But anyway, I've just been having so much fun playing it. I played an extra game this week and decided that I would throw up an extra episode. So you will see an episode tomorrow, which is its usual day for the Business Association. I usually post the series on Mondays and Fridays, and I originally wanted this video to be out on Wednesday, which was yesterday, but instead I figured, it won't hurt if I post it on Thursday. I'll just make sure I post this before the Titans connected careers. Look at that Sung hit. That was ridiculous. That Sung just hit a step back 3 on us. That was really stupid. But I figured I'd post an extra episode of this. And then, yeah, so that's really why I'm doing it. Brandon Knight with a nice pull-up 3, though, there in response. We cut the lead to 2. Knights had a crazy good game, 8 of 10 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3. You can see Batum's going to miss the mid-range shot, Bynum out to Holiday. The now all-star point guard has had a spectacular breakout year for the Sixers. He's going to find Jason Richardson in the corner. Richardson is going to get that 3 to rattle home. And the Sixers are kind of in control right now, not with the biggest lead, but they kind of sustained this 5 to 7 point lead for a while. And we just could not close the gap. It seemed like whenever we scored, we couldn't get the defensive stops that we needed to. And whenever we did get the defensive stops, we just couldn't produce on offense. You can see we are rolling with the second unit at this point. Harrison Barnes bringing the ball up. He can do so much on offense. Like I said, he just doesn't really get the touches that he needs. Although you can see he does have 7 points on the game. And one of the reasons why I really wanted Harrison Barnes over other small forwards is because Harrison Barnes is a very good rebounder. He's the type of guy that in his prime later on in his career could possibly average close to 7 rebounds a game. That'd be pretty impressive for a small forward. I mean, that's like kind of up there with guys like LeBron James, and I think Rudy Gay is averaging 5 or 6. I'm not really too sure, but anyway. And of course Durant's averaging like 8, but he's like 7'1", so I'm kidding, of course. But anyway, so you know that's one of the reasons why I like Barnes, and it will be, you know, I mean it'll suck to let him go, but I think it'll be better off for the team. Bind him now with the ball, and I'm not saying that that is set in stone or anything. I'm just saying that's I think what I'm gonna do. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments below. I know some people aren't gonna want me to get rid of him. A lot of people have told me to give him more minutes. I'm just giving him as many minutes as I can, quite frankly. I mean he can't play power forward unless we go small. He can kind of play shooting guard, but we're already pretty deep at the shooting guard with Shumpert and Muhammad, and then, you know, Cannon and Knight. Really our 4 guards set there. And Batum is so good. I really like Batum. A couple of you guys said, you know, why does Batum have to be the scorer that replaces Rodney Stuckey? That's just because I think he has the best ability to create his own shot outside of Shabazz Muhammad, who is obviously coming off our bench. So, you know, that's really why I like Batum. He's also a great defender, lockdown defender, so versatile. I mean, if you look at his stats in real life, he's just one of the more versatile players in the NBA. He's a small forward that can do a lot. And, yeah, so anyway, you can see there Thaddeus Young getting the nice dunk there. Get the and one, 89-80 now, though. Batum with the ball is going to come around the screen. He's going to end up firing up a 3, and he's going to get this one to not fall. I thought it was going to go in, but I forgot. Greg Monroe just get the offensive rebound. Something he's so good at, and he would get the and one. You see, I didn't even care to look at the cutaway or whatever. I was just like, get into this game, come on. So now Iman Shumpert with the nice dunk there. He's going to cut the lead to 2, I believe, 93-92. We're closing in on the Sixers. We finally kind of closed this gap and are looking to possibly take the lead. So you can see 95-92 now. Holiday with the ball, dribbling it around, waiting for his guys to cut off ball. Richardson's going to pop this 3, and it is good. Can't leave Jay Rich open on Hall of Fame. He will make that most of the time. 98-92 now. Outlet to Brandon Knight, who's going to stop and pull up for 3, and he gets that one to go. That was incredible right there. Brandon Knight is such a sharpshooter, down by 3 now. Knight's going to go into the lane, and he actually can finish around the rim too. Pretty good at that. Such a good, versatile offensive player. Not the best at creating his own shot yet. He's a little bit undersized to do that, but still definitely one of our better offensive weapons. You can see, though, nice layup there, but I believe that was Andrew Bynum, so we're down by 3. Brandon Knight, once again, is going to stop and pop for 3, and he gets it to go. We tie the game at 102. We are on the verge of going to the NBA Finals. 102 all now. Shumpert with the ball, trying to take the lead. Knight, can he do it again? No, he can't. Oh, he did! Brandon Knight with 36 points now. Puts the Pistons up by 3. Now they're only up by 1, though. Evan Turner with the ball, too. Holiday's going to drive in. That is one place where Brandon really struggles, and I'm really trying to develop him in, is his defense. And, man, he struggles at that end of the floor sometimes. And you can see Drew Holiday with the inbound steal, and we're going to foul him, and it's going to be a clear path foul. And that would pretty much screw us over. They would get 2 free throws and the ball, and then they would convert 2 more free throws. And at this point, we have to hug up a heave, and that's not going to go. So we end up losing 110-108. If that did go in, however, we could have possibly won the game. But sadly, it did not, and we are going to Game 7, the second straight Game 7 of this series, of these NBA playoffs. We did just beat the Chicago Bulls in the last series. Now we're moving on. Once again, it'll be at home, which is good. That being that number 2 seed really paying off for us. But anyway, you can see the post-game highlights and the stats coming up on your screen right now. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. So I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. And so I'm out. Peace.